Still looks very much like a man. Oh, babe, I think you have the wrong profile. There's no men that live here. Not one in sight. So sorry you are not getting the results you expected. Oh, you're talking about my face surgery. You know, you're right. I actually am a lot prettier than I expected. And if this was your way of flirting, then I'm interested. I like a little cat and mouse game. So, love ya.
Chicago gay bars boycott Anheuser-Busch as brewer shuns Dylan Mulvaney. Here's mud in their eye. 5 Chicago gay bars are boycotting Anheuser-Busch for distancing itself from transgender social media star Dylan Mulvaney, after her Arpel One collaboration drew conservatives' ire and calls for a Bud Light boycott. Sidetrack Bar in Chicago's Lakeview neighborhood shared its boycott plan on Instagram, noting the brewers' moves strongly bring into question their support of the LGBTQ+ community. For 41 years, Sidetrack has encouraged liquor and beer companies that have wished to garner the LGBTQ+ customer base to actively support our community, the bar's statement said. Bud Light's recent decision to drop the Dylan Mulvaney campaign to put on leave those who created it, as well as the statement by its CEO, wrongfully validates the position that it is acceptable to acquiesce to the demands of those who do not support the trans community and wish to erase LGBTQ+ visibility, it said. The popular TikTok influencer and actress has over 10 million followers. The bar said its Anheuser-Busch boycott would continue until the brewer can clearly demonstrate that they will not acquiesce to the voices of hate that wish to erase LGBTQ+ existence. Two Bears Tavern Group, which owns 4 bars in Chicago, also announced their establishments would no longer serve Anheuser-Busch products because of the brewer's anti-transgender actions and statements. In its announcement on Instagram, the group dragged the statement offered by Anheuser-Busch CEO Brendan Whitworth amid the controversy. Its CEO's statement, in which he all but erased transgender people in favor of anti-trans vitriol, was cruel and hurtful. CEO Brendan Whitworth's excuse that Anheuser-Busch never intended to be part of a discussion that divides people was tantamount to saying that the rights and safety of transgender people are topics worthy of debate. They are not, the group declared. Busch distributors around the U.S. have been feeling the fallout, with many bars in more conservative states now refusing to stock Bud Light. The $132 billion beer company's market value plummet by some $5 billion since the campaign was launched April, when the company had previously defended its decision to hire Mulvaney before its CEO caved to incensed conservatives, offering a flat apology, saying, "We are in the business of bringing people together over a beer." It's unclear whether any New York City bars have also decided to boycott Anheuser-Busch, but in 2021, the famed Stonewall Inn poured Bud Light down its drains in response to the brand's owner donating thousands of dollars to conservative lawmakers who backed anti-transgender legislation, according to Reuters. Chicago gay bars pledged not to sell Bud Light after Anheuser-Busch walked back their involvement with Dylan Mulvaney, amid sales tanking by 26%. The bar, with 4 locations throughout the Windy City, Two Bears Tavern Group, denounced Anheuser-Busch after the company abandoned their support of Mulvaney, 26, on Thursday. CEO of the beer company Michelle Doukeris addressed the mass backlash last week, claiming that the partnership with Mulvaney was not a formal campaign or advertisement. The Two Bears Tavern Group referred to Doukeris's response to the contention as cruel and hateful, while insisting the beer company simply fed into anti-trans criticism. The conflict comes more than a month after the beer company partnered with Mulvaney in March to celebrate her first year as a trans woman. Doukeris downplayed the partnership with the trans influencer during a Thursday earnings call with investors. "We need to clarify the facts that this was one camp, one influencer, one post, and not a campaign," Doukeris said. The CEO attempted to repair its tarnished brand after announcing the partnership tainted the company and tanked sales. The collaboration also led to 2 marketing executives taking a leave of absence amid backlash. The disastrous marketing bid has seen sales for the American flagship beer plummet 26%, despite Anheuser-Busch reporting first-quarter earnings of $1.65 billion. Investors were also told by Doukeris that Bud Light will triple its marketing spend this summer in a bid to woo customers back to the tarnished brand. "We will continue to learn, meet the moment in time, all be stronger, and we work tirelessly to do what we do best. Bring people together over a beer and creating a future of more cheers, Doukeris said. Meanwhile, the LGBTQ+ Chicago pub slammed Doukeris's attempt at damage control as an attack on the country. Anheuser-Busch's decision to drop its support of Mulvaney in response to ignorant and hateful objections by some of its customers shows how little Anheuser-Busch cares about the LGBTQ+ community, and in particular transgender people, who have been under unrelenting attack in this country, the bar wrote in a statement. CEO Brendan Whitworth's excuse that Anheuser-Busch never intended to be part of a discussion that divides people was tantamount to saying that the rights and safety of transgender people are topics worthy of debate. Bar officials further ridiculed Doukeris for his lack of care for the LGBTQ+ community. Aside from Bud Light, the pub will also discontinue other Anheuser-Busch brands, including Busch Light and Goose Island 312. Several other LGBTQ+ activists have suggested Bud Light will go extinct. Stacy Lentz, the co-owner of the famous Stonewall Inn where many suggest the modern LGBTQ+ movement began, expressed sympathy for Mulvaney in an interview, and believes people like her may begin giving up their Bud Lights. As far as marketing, I hope and think they realize that as a brand, they will be extinct in a few years, if they are not fully on the side of equality, as that is what the Gen Z consumer expects and demands, Lentz said. She also told Newsweek the brewery had missed an opportunity to stand by their commitment to the trans community by pandering to and giving into transphobic outcries. Stonewall Inn, the New York City haunt, was where the 1969 Stonewall riots launched, widely considered the beginning of the LGBTQ+ movement in the United States. The landmark is no stranger to controversy, with the brewer refusing to serve Bud Light during New York Pride in 2021 over Anheuser-Busch's donations to anti-LGBTQ+ politicians. Lentz also said this whole thing was not handled well, and she was caught in the middle of a horrible firestorm, showing concern over Mulvaney in the wake of the backlash. Mulvaney posted several videos and images on Instagram for the paid partnership on April 1st. Leading to an uproar of criticism. It is unknown exactly how much she was paid. Anheuser-Busch reported first-quarter earnings of $1.65 billion, which topped Wall Street expectations. The brewer posted revenue of $14.21 billion in the period, which also beat forecasts, with the shares rising 6% since the beginning of the year and 12% in 12 months. It's unclear if the boycott had any impact on these figures, and whether a larger impact on the firm's finances will be visible for the second quarter of the financial year, if the controversy and boycotts rumble on. After the post on April 1st, Anheuser-Busch lost more than $6 billion in market capitalization in just 6 days. The beer giant's stock roughly traded at just over 5% decrease in the total share value, and the company's market capitalization stood at $113.33 billion.
Hi, how are you? I haven't been making as many videos. There's been a lot going on, and I was feeling a little down today, but I was walking on the sidewalk in New York, and this garbage truck drives by me, and the garbage man leans out of the truck and goes, "Hello, Dylan." And I went, "Hello." It was the most unexpected person, and it gave me the courage to keep going. And I love you. And if you're that man that's watching this right now, you really made my day. And I especially love you. Okay. Good night.